You finally feel happy, not excited, not perfect, just calm for a moment. And then your chest gets tight. Your mind starts whispering, "Don't get too comfortable." Because every time life feels good, some part of you starts waiting for it to fall apart. You may not say it out loud, but inside, you are already looking for the problem. A late reply, a strange tone, a small change in someone's face, a quiet feeling that something bad is coming. It is like your mind does not know how to rest inside peace. The moment things become calm, your brain starts checking the room for danger. And maybe you have asked yourself, why am I like this? Why can't I just enjoy good things? Why do I feel scared when nothing bad is happening? Why does happiness feel less like a gift and more like a warning? The answer is not that you are broken. It is not that you want pain. It is not that you are ungrateful. Many times this fear comes from a brain that learned too early that good moments do not always stay good. Maybe you grew up around sudden anger. Maybe love felt warm one day and cold the next. Maybe every peaceful moment was followed by criticism, rejection, or disappointment. Maybe you were happy before, and then something happened that changed you. So now, when happiness returns, your brain does not fully trust it. It says, "Last time we relaxed, we got hurt." That is how the brain learns. It connects feelings with outcomes. If calm was followed by pain many times, your nervous system may start to treat calm like the beginning of pain. This is why happiness can feel unsafe, not because happiness is dangerous, but because your brain remembers what happened after happiness in the past. You may notice this in small moments. Someone you love treats you kindly, and instead of feeling safe, you wonder what they really mean. You have a good day, and instead of enjoying it, you think, something bad will happen soon. You succeed at something, but your mind says, now people will expect more from me. You start liking someone, and fear arrives right beside the feeling. You do not just feel joy. You feel joy with a shadow behind it, and that shadow says, prepare. This is called anticipatory anxiety. It means your brain starts feeling fear about something that has not happened yet. The brain does this because it wants control. It believes that if it can predict pain early, then pain will hurt less. But there is a problem. When your mind keeps preparing for disaster, your body starts living as if the disaster is already here. Your heart gets tense. Your thoughts speed up. Your stomach feels heavy. You become careful with your words. You pull back from people. You stop enjoying the moment because you are too busy trying to protect yourself from the next one. And slowly, happiness becomes something you cannot enter fully. You stand at the door of it. You look inside, but you do not let yourself sit down because sitting down feels too risky. This can affect how you see yourself. You may think, I ruin good things. You may think, I am too negative. You may think, maybe I am not made for peace. But none of those thoughts tell the whole truth. The truth is, your brain is trying to protect you with an old map. The map may have been useful once. It may have helped you survive confusing people, sudden pain, or unstable love. But now that old map may be leading you away from the life you are trying to build. Think of your brain like a smoke alarm. A good smoke alarm helps you when there is real fire, but if the alarm becomes too sensitive, it starts screaming when you make toast. There is no fire, only warmth, only something normal. But the alarm cannot tell the difference. For some people, happiness becomes that toast. It is not danger. It is not fire, but the alarm goes off anyway. This happens because your brain is built to protect you before it makes you comfortable. Your brain cares more about survival than joy. So if it has learned that joy can be followed by pain, it will watch joy very closely. The amygdala, the part of the brain that notices danger, can become quick to react. The body can feel fear before your thinking mind understands why. Then your mind tries to explain the fear. It starts creating stories. They will leave. This will not last. I am going to lose this. Something is wrong. Sometimes the story feels so real that you forget it is only a prediction, and that is the trap. Your brain is not showing you the future. It is showing you a fear shaped by the past. There is a simple way to understand it. A good feeling appears. Your body feels exposed. Your brain predicts loss. Then you prepare for pain. That preparation feels like safety, but it often steals the moment from you. And sometimes it can push away the very things you want to keep. You may become distant when someone gets close. You may test people instead of trusting them. You may look for signs that they will hurt you. You may turn a peaceful moment into an investigation, not because you want to, but because your brain thinks love and peace must be checked for danger. The first thing you can do is name the alarm. When happiness starts to feel scary, pause and say, "This is my disaster alarm." Do not say, "This is the truth." Do not say, "Something bad is coming." Just say, "This is the alarm." That small sentence matters. When you name what is happening, your thinking brain comes online. You create space between the feeling and your reaction. For example, imagine someone you care about sends a sweet message. For a second, you feel happy. Then your mind says, "They will change soon." Instead of asking for proof again and again, you pause. You say, "My alarm is trying to protect me from being hurt." Now you are not fighting the feeling. You are not obeying it either. You are watching it. And when you can watch a feeling, you are less controlled by it. The second thing is to find the old rule behind the fear. Every fear has a rule under it. Maybe your rule is, "When I relax, something goes wrong." Maybe it is, "When people are kind, they will later hurt me." Maybe it is, "If I am happy, life will punish me." These rules are not always logical. They are emotional memories. They were built from moments your body never forgot. So ask yourself, what rule is my brain following right now? If you get praise at work and suddenly feel scared, the rule might be, "Now I have to be perfect." If someone loves you and you feel trapped, the rule might be, "Love can disappear without warning." If a peaceful day makes you nervous, the rule might be, "Calm never lasts." Once you see the rule, the fear becomes less mysterious. You can say, "This is not random. This is an old rule." And old rules can be updated, not by force, but by new evidence. The third thing is to practice small happiness. Do not force yourself to feel safe all at once. That can feel too big. Start with small moments. A quiet morning, a warm drink, a kind sentence, a song you like, a few seconds of peace before sleep. When a good moment comes, stay with it for 10 seconds longer than usual. That is all. 10 seconds. Your brain learns from repeated safe experiences, not from one big speech, not from fake positive thinking, but from small moments where the body feels something good and nothing terrible happens. For example, maybe you are lying in bed and everything is calm. Your mind starts listing tomorrow's problems. Instead of following every thought, feel the blanket. Notice your breathing. Listen to the quiet room. Tell your body, "This moment is not an emergency." You may not believe it fully at first. That is okay. You are not trying to become a new person in one night. You are teaching your nervous system slowly. The fourth thing is to separate facts from predictions. Anxiety loves to act like it knows the future, but most of the time, it is guessing. So ask yourself, what is actually happening right now? Not what could happen, not what happened before, right now. If someone has not replied for 2 hours, the fact is simple. They have not replied for 2 hours. The prediction is, they are leaving me. Those are not the same thing. When you separate the fact from the prediction, your brain gets clearer. You stop living inside a movie your fear is creating. This does not mean everything will always turn out well. It means you stop punishing yourself before anything has happened. And that matters, because many people who fear happiness suffer twice. Once in their imagination, and once if something truly happens. The fifth thing is to build a new relationship with uncertainty. You do not need to know that every good thing will last forever. No one gets that kind of certainty. The goal is not to remove uncertainty. The goal is to stop treating uncertainty like proof of danger. A good sentence to practice is, "I do not know what will happen, but I know what is here right now." This sentence is honest. It does not lie to you. It does not promise that no one will hurt you. It does not pretend life is always safe. It simply brings you back to the present, because the present is the only place where happiness can actually be felt. Not in tomorrow, not in the fear of next week, only here, right now. Your mind may still search for storms. That does not mean you failed. It means the old alarm is still learning. Healing is not when the alarm never rings. Healing is when you hear the alarm and no longer believe every sound it makes. You do not have to rip the alarm out. You do not have to hate it. That alarm tried to protect you. Maybe it protected you during years when you had to be careful. Maybe it helped you notice danger before anyone else did. Maybe it helped you survive people who were not safe. But now you can teach it something new. You can teach it the difference between real danger and simple peace. You can teach it that kindness is not always a trick, that calm is not always the silence before pain, that happiness is not always something life gives you before taking something away. This takes time, because your nervous system does not trust words quickly, it trusts patterns. So you give it new patterns. A good moment happens, and you stay. Someone is kind, and you do not immediately run. Peace arrives, and you let it sit beside you. Little by little, your brain collects evidence, and one day, happiness may still feel strange, but it will not feel as dangerous. You will still know that life can change. You will still know that people are not perfect. You will still know that pain is possible, but you will also know that fear does not need to own every good moment before it even begins. Maybe you have spent years bracing. Maybe you have smiled while another part of you prepared for impact. Maybe you thought this meant you were ungrateful, damaged, or hard to love, but maybe your fear of happiness was never proof that you did not want joy. Maybe it was proof that joy mattered so much, your brain was afraid to lose it. So the next time something good happens, and your mind starts searching for what could go wrong, pause. Do not shame the alarm. Do not obey it either. Just notice it. Breathe. Look at what is actually here. Let the moment be unfinished. Let it be uncertain. Let it be good without forcing it to last forever. Because sometimes healing begins with one quiet thought. Something good is happening, and I do not have to run from it.